Thanks so much to these sponsors that make the live stream possible, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. And live stream is doing its best to try to get up and working. Internet problems, you guys know how it goes. In studio now, Pastor Brennan Hurley. How are you today, Pastor?
I'm good. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We're going to be talking about some new appointments, maybe some new operations, some goals for people that might not know.
So I am the associate pastor at First United Methodist Church here in Taylorville. And I'm also the pastor at Stonington United Methodist Church.
Really cool. Okay, so you got hands in both camps there. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
So talk to us about some new appointments here. You're getting a bit of a new appointment there.
Yeah. So as of July 1st, I will be moving into the scene. We'll be creating a charge, so we're going to be doing a lot more ministry together. Certainly both churches retaining their uniqueness and own vision and everything, but kind of coming together on some things. And then we'll be sharing an associate pastor, Cheryl Van Dyke, who I'm really excited about getting her more involved and welcoming her into the fold.
Really, really cool. Okay, we're learning about the operation, some of the changes there. Congratulations on becoming a senior pastor. Absolutely. What changes for you now? I mean, I'm sure you have a few more things on your plate, and are you? I'm sure you're ready for this position. But talk to me about the excitement about what follows after becoming senior pastor.
Sure. Well, I've had the incredible opportunity to learn under Pastor Becky Lemke now for 3 years, and I've really looked up to her and learned a lot from her, and hope to have gleaned some things in these 3 years, and they're big shoes to fill. Yeah. But I'm excited about it. I think that good changes on the horizon, and some new exciting things that we're doing, and I know we have wonderful people in both places who are excited about church and excited to see what the future holds.
Without a doubt. And we kind of forgot to get into a little bit of your biography. We've learned about Pastor Becky Lemke there. We've read that name on our air before.
Yeah, she's familiar.
Great things. Yeah, she's a familiar name around here. Talk to us a little bit about that background, though. Are you a native of the area from around here?
Yeah, so I'm from Carlinville originally. My wife is from Vernon, Illinois. We got married almost 7 years ago, and we immediately moved out to North Carolina, and I got my master's degree at Duke University out there, and don't hold that against me. And
not here, we're good.
And we came back 3 years ago after completing that, and we live in Stonington, and so we've been back here since.
Love it. I love the story there. Thank you for taking us through that, and it just gives a little bit of a background there. So that's Pastor Brennan Hurley, and he's the senior pastor now at First United Methodist
as of July 1st.
July 1st. Okay, really awesome. And Pastor Becky Lemke, is that a retirement situation there?
She's being appointed to O'Fallon, First United Methodist Church. So we're as United Methodists, we get moved around. Here's another Methodist word for you: connectionalism. Yeah, okay. We our conference is pretty well all of Illinois south of Interstate 80, roughly. And we get moved around as the bishop sees fit, and as needs in other places occur, and we all have different gifts and graces, and so I think it's a system that works. It can have some difficulties, and there's certain pros and cons, but we go for the health of the whole. Yeah, and I think it's a good thing.
I'm enjoying learning my Methodist vocabulary so far today. I want to go back to creating a charge. I mean, these are easy to understand. Can we talk about some of the charges that are going to be created with these with Stonington First United Methodist?
Sure.
What's the vision looking like?
Sure. Well, the charge just is sort of our way of saying we're yoked together. Sure. And so that's not anything new. I mean, that's our Methodism has been doing that since its inception in the 1700s, where we kind of we do things together, and we kind of I think the sort of theological, philosophical idea is that we're better together than we are separate. In some cases, 1 + 1 = 3, so to speak.
Sure.
And so we're already currently sort of between these two places. We've got our kind of hands held, and we've been working together for about 3 years, and I only see that growing. And it's one of those things where we don't like merge churches generally. but just like we talk about, the pastors getting moved around, we all have our different gifts and graces. Individual churches have their own gifts and graces, and if we can work together in our communities, then we're going to be doing a lot better work than we would if we were just kind of staying in our own lane and not taking advantage of our connectional system.
Sure.
So, yeah.
It kind of I'm guessing that with two different churches there, with First United Methodist and out in Stonington, of course you have this overall summary of connectedness there, but do conversations change? Is the sermon different? Do things change? Of course, life might be different in these two areas.
I mean, I if I'm going to be preaching in both places, I typically use the same sermon. I'll be honest, but no, I mean, life is different, and overall visions can be different too. We happen to have both had these major building projects in the last few years. We just added a major addition over on in the Taylorville church, and the Stonington church. We just built a brand new building. It was funny. All the planning happened before my time.
Sure.
And we moved in Stonington, and we live next door, and they tore down the building like a week later. So I guess I can put that on my resume. I moved in and the building fell down, but and so we started over with a new building, and so those two things, they happened to come together. It was, I don't know that there's certain things you'll learn from one or the other that are helpful, I guess. But no, each place can have its own unique vision and still say, you know what, we're on the same team here. And I think not to get overly deep about this, but in our world where there's so much, division and things that separate us, I think this is kind of one of our ways of witnessing to the world that, hey, we can be different from one another. As churches, I mean, we are different than the person sitting in the pew next to us, but we can be on the same team. There's more that unites us than what divides us.
Without a doubt. Those are special words. We can get deep here on the WTIM
All right,
morning
good.
show. We totally can. It's really a very interesting story about your arrival to Stonington there.
Sure.
Were you aware of the project?
Oh, yeah.
That was okay. So you didn't think we're minus one church now?
No. That was that was that was in the game plan the whole time. Yep.
Talk to me a little bit about the Taylorville expansion, because I have seen it. The building looks almost new. What was added in that building expansion, if you know?
Sure. So that's our ministry center. It's on the Market Street side, on the kind of the east side of the original building. It was a parking lot, and now it's now we've added on. So various challenges came up with our I don't want to say our old building, because the old building's still standing. The original building, I'll say, part of the challenge was that accessibility and fire safety was a challenge, and our space wasn't perfect for us, and so some people with big visions and took a prayerful step out. And again, a lot of this happened before my time in terms of the planning, but we went and added, and we've been in it for about a year now.
Wow.
And we've got a big floor that can seat a couple hundred people, and move tables around and things like that. And we've got 3 or 4 pickleball groups that come in, and we got a basketball court, and probably the nicest kitchen in Taylorville in there. And it's and then we've got a mezzanine with a bunch of classrooms, and so we've been doing a lot of community events in there, not just specifically church events, but we really hope that this is one of the ways that we can connect with our community and serve our community, and just be in relationship with our community, because in the end, that's what we want. We want to we don't want to just kind of sit in our building and wait for people to come, but we want to be a place. This is our mission statement, where everybody can believe, belong, and become a follower of Jesus.
Really awesome there. Yeah. It's just some really awesome words. And last question here before we take our time out, speaking with Reverend Brendan Hurley. He'll be the senior pastor at starting July 1st at Stonington United Methodist Church and First United Methodist Church. Over there at First United Methodist Church, who is responsible for putting up those really nice quotes on your guys' sign? I get joy out of reading those.
I believe that's Tina Walkie.
Okay.
So I'll give her a shout out. And if it's not you, then you just got a shout out on the radio.
When my girlfriend is not with me, I take a picture of it and I send it to
There you
her
go,
because
yeah.
that's how we live our week. I wait for those changes up there on the board. That is really awesome. We're speaking with Pastor Brendan Hurley there, and I did mention with First United Methodist Church and Stonington United Methodist Church. We're going to learn more from him. When we come back, I'm Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Your information station, WTIM.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn, beans, and wheat all trading higher. May corn up 8.455. July corn up 7 1/4, 467.5. December new crop 487 up 4 1/4. May beans up 22, 12.23 3/4. July beans up 18 3/4, 12.33 3/4. New crop November 12.13.5 up 12.5. July wheat up 7, 629.5. September wheat up 6 1/4, 649 1/4. May bean meal 371.40 up 490. May bean oil $43 even up 58 cents. Livestock market at the seller. May feeders down to $1.52, 241.77. June live cattle up 12 cents, 176.80. May lean hogs 92.05 down 37 cents. Energy market June crude oil 78.69 up 58 cents. Jim Taylor on the RFD Radio Network.
If you're like most people, finding extra money for your savings just doesn't happen. Hi, I'm Kendall Jones at People's Bank and Trust, and we have the solution you've been looking for. Sign up for our Save by Spending Roundup program, and we'll round up your purchases to the next dollar. Then transfer that change to your savings account. It's as easy as shop, enjoy, and save. Start saving for the things you really want with our Save by Spending Roundup program. Call 888-PBT-1954 and let us put you and your savings first. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Shop local first.
Think about what a huge impact local shopping has on our local economy when our money stays at home versus shopping via the internet or with the big box stores. Your dollars get turned over several times, benefiting our communities. The Miller Media Group and these local businesses encourage you to shop local first. Davis Family McDonald's, located in Taylorville, Pana, Shelbyville. I'm loving it. These local businesses and the Miller Media Group ask you to shop local first.
Shop local first. All across the area, shop here first.
Small towns are in, and Taylorville is poised for you and your family to join them. Taylorville has what you're looking for. Find out more, including upcoming events, by clicking the Small Town Taylorville icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
I'm Perry Stanfa, owner of Central Illinois Truck Service in Greenville. Our certified diesel engine technicians serve customers all over the area. Connect with us by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to WTIM, your information station. We are in the midst of the WTIM Morning Show with Pastor Brendan Hurley. Thanks so much to the sponsors of the morning show, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. Starting July 1st, Pastor Brendan Hurley will be the senior pastor at First United Methodist Church. And he also spent some time with Stonington United Methodist Church as an associate professor. If I said that all correctly there.
Well, I'm the only pastor right now at Stonington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Stonington
Sure.
Stonington United Methodist Church. How are operations there?
Great. We built this brand new building, as we said, a couple of years ago, and we've really seen an increase in folks, not just coming to church, but being involved. And we've about doubled our pre-COVID numbers. And I think one of the thing that is most fulfilling and life-giving to me is that people are excited about church, and I love that. That just makes my heart happy.
Yeah.
And I think that people want to take a step out, even if sometimes the step out is into the unknown or the ungreat place. And I think everybody can find a home there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
It's really nice to hear people are taking to it. Being in attendance is one thing. Getting involved is another
Yeah.
thing. What kind of groups, what kind of programs are featured over with the Stonington United Methodist?
Sure. So on the second Saturday of every month, we have our what we call Common Ground. So we have this. It's free. We get together for a community meal, and it's a different kind of theme every month. So like we're gonna have a trivia night in the fall, and we're gonna raise or collect school supplies for the schools. And let's see, we just did a bunko night, and that
Cool.
was fun. And we do board games. I mean, just you name it, we've done it. We're gonna have a cookout here in a couple months, and so that's just it's kind of a low risk way to get involved, I guess. We're not gonna check your Bible believers card at the door. I mean, we just want to get involved in our community, really. We've got our this young adult group that we've started recently that I really love. We get together about once a month for dinner, and we just kind of like share our lives together. Our sort of the founding father of the Methodist movement in the 1700s was a guy named John Wesley, and he would do these sorts of things. And he asked the question, "How is it with your soul?" And that's just this way to kind of share life together and be honest and like love one another where we're at. And that's sort of our undergirding question in our young adult dinner group. And so that's, we say ages 18 to 30-ish.
Sure.
And so a lot of good things.
All
going on.
really important things that you guys got going on over there, whether it's just meeting in person or having a trivia
Sure.
and fundraiser night for kids, for students. That's all really, really great things there. Speaking with Pastor Brennan Hurley there, anything else with Stonington United Methodist? I mean, a new church will probably get people excited to get back in the doors. I'm sure. Did you see that with a brand new? It's probably interesting, a brand building like that, because architecture is usually cool in churches. How was that like?
Yeah. I mean, we just the Stonington community has a rummage sale weekend in the spring that we just finished, and we get all sorts of people that are coming in, and I think people that are curious enough to want to just sort of look around and see what's going on, and that. That's a joyful thing for me too. And one of the things I love about as you say, the architecture is it's over there. It's really simple, but the simplicity is beautiful.
I get it, yeah.
Like we don't have to do a whole bunch of stuff to it to make it look nice. It's just there's something fulfilling about simple beauty, which is what we've got over there.
Yeah, almost makes me think of some churches I've been to. Did they go too far with the architecture?
Yeah.
So many things to look at.
Yeah,
They do such an amazing job with those churches. That's really awesome.
Yeah, so shout out to Trimble Construction in Blue Mound.
Totally. That is really awesome. It's good to hear people are excited to get back into the doors, because God knows that when I was growing up, it was hard to get me in the door. But my dad would explain that's an hour of meditation. That's an hour to take a step back and to have a deep breath. Do you find that? And do you, I mean, is that a way to get people that maybe might not be churchgoers to get back in?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I think that there have been a lot of people who have been either, I mean, in some cases, like harmed by the church, because of who they are, what they've done, or anything like that. And that's terrible. And we've got a lot we being Big C Church, we got a lot to answer for with that. But a lot of people, I think, just kind of get bored by church, and yet all the studies show us that people of all ages are still having the same existential questions about life. And so that hasn't changed. I've got a mentor, a coach. He always said that, he always says that we're looking for workers, not just worshipers. And we want we want disciples of Jesus Christ, not just people who show up and sit in a pew, And this is for me, it's a lifelong adventure. It's not just a job or a place to show up, but we're here to invite people on the adventure with us, and we're not perfect. We are far from it, but we think both places, a place where anybody can belong and jump on the adventure with us.
Absolutely. Really awesome words there, Pastor. Thank you so much for taking the time and being here with us.
Of course. Glad to do it.
That was Pastor Brennan Hurley, and thank you so much to coming in and speaking some great words on the WTIM Morning Show. I've been your host, Tim Zalabak here, and thanks so much to the sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. You've been listening to WTIM, your information station.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.